The World to Come. The Restored Church of God presents David C. Pack, answering life's greatest questions straight from the Bible and announcing the wonderful good news of the world to come.
Where is the world going? Why is it filled with problems, troubles, evils, and ills which cause so much unhappiness, confusion, and misery of every kind? What lies ahead? Is there hope for a different and truly better world? There is. A wonderful world, unlike anything ever seen or imagined on earth, is coming. Its arrival is certain, and this broadcast presents what it will be like. Almost everything occurring in today's world can only be described as all wrong. Why, when things go wrong, do so few search for the cause? Every effect, good or bad, can be traced to a root cause. Conversely, every cause brings an effect. Since the world is filled with bad effects, why do so few examine the cause? Why do scientists, educators, religionists, and other so-called experts and thinkers primarily devote their efforts to addressing the effects? Think for a moment. The world is filled with problems of every conceivable nature, and they are only growing worse and greater in number. Therefore, the headlines of today's newspapers are filled with bad news. Here is a sampling of headlines we are all too familiar with. Bear with me as we begin to make a powerful point. Suicide bombings increase. More countries with nuclear weapons. Sniper kills 10, wounds 20. HIV to kill 10 million annually and rise. Market crashes, recession, even depression on horizon. CEO indicted, billions missing. God banned from schools. Typhoon kills thousands. Record drought grips, you fill in the country. Pollution chokes all nations. More dead zones in oceans and lakes. Over 100,000 starved to death daily. 500 million contract malaria annually. Swine flu, now a pandemic. 3 of 4 marriages suffer adultery. 2/3 of inner-city births illegitimate. 3,000 new porn websites appear daily. Drug lords cause civil war. Riots kill 75. Same-sex marriage now lawful. And on and on and on. In reality, these headlines are reporting nothing more than a long list of bad effects. Since man does not know the causes to his troubles, world problems only grow greater, and humanity's general state of misery only seems to compound with the passing of time. Headlines scream worse and worse messages to those who can bear to read them. I ask why. While news organizations know that bad news sells, all people long for good news in their own lives, while also hoping that the world improves. Most people assume that somehow problems will eventually work out all right merely because they want them to. People yearn to enjoy peace, happiness, abundance, well-being, good health, and general prosperity. Let's ask, could these things happen for everyone? Could they become universal? Could all the peoples of the world come to enjoy all these conditions? Is it possible that the problems now plaguing civilization on such a grand scale could abate and eventually disappear? Could newspapers one day find themselves only able to report good news and everywhere? Instead of the preceding headlines, could these replace them? Again, bear with me. Let's start with food. Picture these headlines. Food production sufficient to feed entire world with plenty to spare. All chemical fertilizers banned. Soil begins to heal from years of neglect and abuse. Food now much more nutritious and tastes better too. Now how about disease? All deadly viruses eradicated, including HIV, Ebola, West Nile, H1N1, polio, and smallpox. All lethal bacteria disappear. No more fatal illness, cancer, strokes, heart disease, diabetes, and all other killers now gone. All blind, deaf, and crippled made whole in mass worldwide healing. No more sickness. Millions report perfect health. All hospitals and clinics put out of business. Millions of doctors, nurses, staff, and paramedics find more useful vocations. Health breaks out everywhere. All report no problems. Let's go further. What about the family? Imagine. Divorce disappears. No more broken families. All teenagers practice respect and obedience to parents and authority. All deadbeat dads take responsibility and find employment. All mothers find nurturing children at home rewarding. Next, think of headlines about war this way. War outlawed around the world, all nations disarmed. Destructive weapons destroyed and recycled. All military personnel moving into construction projects, rebuilding bridges, roads, and other critical infrastructure. Many lands recover from civil war, being resettled and farmed productively. Global trade competition ceases, every nation cooperating. And then there is crime. Think. No more crime. All rates plunge to zero. Murder, thing of the past. Armed robbery disappears, and so does fear. All thieves repent, now seeking honest employment. City streets now safe. Children play freely in once dangerous neighborhoods. There is also education. Consider these. Education now focuses on right values. No more situation ethics, secular humanism, and no absolutes. Bible taught in every school. Evolution debunked as fiction. All peoples learn and speak one language. Law of cause and effect revealed, explains why past disease, war, famine, poverty, ignorance, and misery. And finally, weather. Picture these. Weather revolution brings stability to world. Today's weather, beautiful skies and rain and dew season tomorrow. Deserts blossom worldwide, become favorite garden spots. Earthquakes, volcanoes, hurricanes, and floods no longer a threat. Do these headlines sound impossible? They are not. Actually, they are real. In fact, they are certain. A wonderful, prophesied utopian world is coming to planet Earth. It will happen soon and in your lifetime. But that time is not yet. Billions today live with no hope, yet all wish for better lives, a better tomorrow for themselves and their families. Most also recognize that the collective future of all nations seems equally hopeless. If one considers history, the course of the past 6,000 years, it is difficult to avoid pessimism. When the full picture is brought into view, when all facts are considered, this world is hopeless. Modern civilization is beset, overwhelmed with every conceivable problem, evil and ill, that competing, grasping, self-promoting human beings could devise. Having always been sick, it is now deep in terminal illness, wheezing out its final desperate gasps before breathing its last. The present world is a condemned building. It is like an old empty row house, abandoned, overgrown, burned out, littered with trash, marred by broken windows, and covered in graffiti. Built on a wrong foundation from the beginning, its already weak underpinnings have now eroded to the point of collapse under its own weight. Like all condemned structures, dangerous if left standing, this building must come down. With God's explosive charges now in place, it is soon to be imploded and the rubble scraped away in advance of a new and absolutely magnificent world architecture foretold long ago to replace it.